It's here, AEW's Revolution, and we are going to tell you what's going to happen and what to expect. I am not going to waste any time. This is just too important of a day. We have a stacked card for AEW's Revolution today, including Sting's final match. Bittersweet day, I'll tell you, man. For people like myself who've been watching Sting for 40 plus years, you know, I'm excited, but I'm really bummed to see the guy go because he really does still have it. They will kick off with 0 Hour, which is AEW's pre-show, and it's gonna have a couple matches, so we'll talk about them real briefly. We got Willow and Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart and Sky Blue. And I think this match is going to be pretty easy to predict. We're going to get Julie Hart and Sky Blue winning just because Stokely Hathaway has been involved a lot with Willow and Statlander lately. And I just see more trouble on the horizon with those guys working together. The other match that has been announced for 0 Hour is the 12-man tag match. Not a huge fan of this, but we've got the Bullet Club and the Acclaimed going against Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, Willie Mack, and Private Party. Now, this match could go either way because both of these groups are having internal trouble and turmoil. So I do think ultimately the Bullet Club and Acclaimed are going to win, but not without some kind of incident where there's friction. As of late, there's been plenty of that, even though they're newly together. All right, and then we're going to kick right into the main show. The main show, I don't know exact order that they're going to go, but let's talk about the 8-man scramble and get that out of the way. We got a match where the winner will get a shot at the AEW World Championship. We got Chris Jericho, we got Hobbs, we got Lance Archer, Wardlow, Dante Martin, Hook, Brian Cage, and Magnus. Now, I think this is a no-brainer that Wardlow is going to come out the winner of this match. We've been getting a massive push on Wardlow lately, and I see, I won't want to give a spoiler, but I see a big matchup coming up down the road with Wardlow and the current champ at the time. Next match I'm going to chat about a little bit here is the Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong match. This is for the AEW International Championship. And I hate to go against this guy because I'm always wrong when I pick against him, but I think Orange Cassidy is going to take the pin and lose in this one. Roderick Strong has had a really long story arc, and I think that they're going to cap that off with Roderick getting a title, which is going to create some storylines for that group. And I think it could be interesting either way it goes. We have the newly signed and amazing Will Ospreay going up against Takeshita. This is the Don Callis family match. This could go a lot of different ways as far as storyline goes. I think it's a no-brainer that Will Ospreay is going to win his debut match as an official member of AEW. I think we could get some kind of storyline where Ospreay ends up leaving Don Callis and going on his own because he really doesn't need that family to succeed in AEW by any means, in my opinion. We have a big matchup that's a tag match with FTR and BBC with Moxley and Claudio. I think that it's time to give FTR another big win here. BBC never does super great at pay-per-views for whatever reason. It seems like they take a lot of losses at pay-per-views and then they go on massive winning streaks on television leading up to those pay-per-views. So I see FTR coming out on top here and beginning a push for FTR to be in the tag title picture again real soon where they belong. And we have Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. And this match here has had a lot of build-up, a lot of storyline. But I think that Eddie is going to retain his titles. And Bryan is going to be Faced with, do I shake his hand? Because that was a stipulation in this Continental Crown Championship match that he would have to shake his hand. He is probably going to shake his hand, but maybe get a cheap shot in afterwards. It's hard to say. And we also have another title match, which is Christian versus Daniel Garcia for the TNT Championship. This match was kind of a replacement match, in my opinion. I believe that originally we should have gotten Adam Copeland again against Christian. I think we're leading to that down the road here real soon, once Adam's healthy again, if there is an injury. And therefore, we need to keep that belt on Christian and his groupies, because I think we're going to have that massive buildup potentially to All In, where Christian will face Adam Copeland, and maybe Adam will win this time and actually keep the belt for more than 5 seconds. And we do have the women's championship match, which is Toni Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo. And a lot of people are predicting an upset here. I am not one of them. I believe that Toni Storm will retain her championship and will lead a storyline heading to All In, where she will face Mercedes Moné, the new signing that we all know is coming here real soon. Of course, we have the World Championship match in a fatal three-way with Samoa Joe defending his championship against Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland, who's on a roll right now. Many people think Swerve is going to come out of this as the champ, but I'm going to tell you again, like I did in one of my other videos, I believe that Hangman Adam Page is only in this match for one reason. Swerve Strickland is on a roll. Swerve Strickland will become AEW's world champion at one point soon, but I don't think it's going to be here at Revolution, because the storyline that we can continue with Swerve Strickland versus Samoa Joe is pretty massive. And I think that we're going to keep Swerve in that storyline. And the only way we can do that is if Hangman comes into this match, puts up a hell of a fight against both. Hangman gets pinned by Samoa Joe, and the storyline continues between Joe and Swerve Strickland all the way to All In, where Swerve Strickland will become the first African American world champion for AEW. And of course, we have Sting's final match, which is going to be a tornado tag match with Sting and Darby Allin versus Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, that's right, folks. They want to be called that now. No longer the Young Bucks. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson will probably put on a showcase of a match here. And I think a lot of people are saying there's no way that Sting and Darby can win because Sting's retiring and the belt will be stuck in limbo. I am one who believes Sting has been undefeated his entire time in AEW. There is no way that they can let Sting lose his final match against Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. So Sting and Darby will come out victorious, and Sting will go down in history as one of the greatest of all time in professional wrestling. Anyways, thanks so much for checking into the channel today and listening to these predictions. Who do you think is going to win these matches? Please comment below and go ahead and subscribe. If you subscribe, put a comment in and I will respond to you personally. Thanks, everybody. It's Sting!